As part of their commitment to the people as a government employee, more than 6 prosecutors from throughout the state learn and refresh their knowledge of ethics at a conference in Rockford. WYFR News reporter Anthony Ferretti talked with a first-time attendee about why she wanted to participate.
This is the 16th year the Winnebago County State's Attorney's Office hosts this conference. In addition to ethics seminars, attendees also learned about resources for attorneys struggling with mental health issues.
We have this amazing amount of power, but that comes with the same amount of responsibility.
Winnebago County State's Attorney Jay Hanley says as prosecutors, they are held to a higher standard. This includes mandatory ethics training for attorneys each year.
It's that overall theme of like, hey, look, being a prosecutor is different. We already know that, but that constant reminder.
This is why for the past 16 years, attorneys from across northern Illinois come to Winnebago County for a conference to recharge their careers.
I may, know a lot of the issues that come up, but I am never one to stop learning.
This is Laura Scary's first time at this conference. She has around 3 decades of civil litigation experience. This past January, she started a new role in McHenry County, working on the public service side of litigation. She says she didn't know about the conference until recently.
Being a government employee, you have an ethical obligation to, uphold yourself because you're beholden to the taxpayers, to the electorate.
More than 60 prosecutors and attorneys, including Scary, attended. A chance for them to talk about other tough situations they face on the job daily.
We take pride in it being in person, and I think that's an important aspect to the training.
Hanley says when it comes to prosecutors' case workloads, his office faces challenges recruiting and having enough of them, though they are seeing improvement.
Thank you, Anthony. And Hanley adds with additional resources like body cameras, each case takes more effort to work on and look at each piece of evidence.